Yesterday until the last slide is until here, right? The oxygen in the confined space. Today we'll see some examples, some hazards, what are the hazards involved in the confined space and everything. I hope you guys are aware of this IDLH, what it means to.
I don't know about IDLH.
IDLH is nothing but immediate danger to life and health.
Immediate danger to life
and
and
health. Yes.
Yeah.
I'll show you one slide. In that you can easily see immediate danger to life and health. Because we people sometimes we have to work inside the confined spaces. Due to this, someone's mic is on. Oh, okay. Based on this one, in confined spaces, so many dangerous occurrences might happen. Like it might be effective to our life as well as health also. In those cases, IDLH, some sort of hazards will be there. Some precautions has to be taken. In the coming slides, I'll tell you. This is the oxygen. How much oxygen should be available inside the confined spaces. It should not be, it should be between 19.5 to 21.5, not more than that. If it's more than 23.5, here 23.5 has been given, normally 21.5, 19.5. Normally the oxygen should be, oxygen level should be 19.5 to 21.5 in confined spaces. We have to make sure. Apart from that one, in this oxygen, we will be having some oxygen as well as this toxic meters that we will be having every reading, not all gases, okay, few gases only, like carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, sulfur, oxygen. How much, based on those readings we have to we have to maintain each and everything. Like if oxygen is less, we have to provide oxygen through some ventilations and everything. I'll show you some examples. See, here pipelines are there. In these pipelines, some sort of works will be there. Every confined space will be having some sort of works inside the confined spaces. Based on the work activity and based on the type of confined space, we have to maintain each and everything. What are the based on the requirements and everything, okay? We have to fulfill each and every requirement. First is the pipelines, because pipelines comes under only one entry and one exit will be there. And the exit point and the entry point will be different, and it will be far ends. For suppose you'll be having an entry point at one location and the exit point will be sometimes away from 2 meters. It might be 2 meters, it might be 20 meters also, based on the pipeline connections and everything. Pipelines are also a confined spaces because congested areas, enclosed areas, most probably the enclosed areas and the not a congested area, enclosed areas, all the location has been closed in only one entry point and one exit point is there. Those type of areas are called confined spaces. You might be thinking, some will be having a doubt. Everyone can hear my voice, right? Okay, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Okay. If anyone has doubt, just ask me in between. No issues. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Hmm. Most of the people will be having a doubt. Okay, confined space means an enclosed area, only single entry point, single exit point. Why here trenches has came? Most of the people will have a doubt. Why trenches has came? Trenches and excavated areas, not a fully open, but some sort of trenches will be there, or some pits will be there, like electrical junction box pits will be there, and civil power plant or some other industry construction areas. For those, the electrical cables junction box type, those will be civil type only, civil work activities. The main thing, trenches and excavated areas will also come under this one, because mostly in industrial areas only. This will comes under confined space. The main reason is that not all the gases are equal weight of air. Most of the gases will be heavier than the oxygen and everything. Those type of toxic gases, some I'll tell you, for example, H2S, hydrogen sulfide is there. That's a dangerous gas. That is heavier than air, 19% or something heavier than air. If some toxic gases or gases are heavier than air, that will automatically come down. Those won't go into the atmosphere. Like you can see some sort of balloons. Some balloons will be in our height level only, on the ground level only. But some balloons like hydrogen gases those will automatically, if you leave the thread, those will automatically go into the atmosphere, like into the sky. But some gases are heavier. They'll be having heavier density. Due to those density, though those gases will come to the ground level itself. If in case of any releases, those gases might come into the trenches also. That will be highly dangerous to the workers who are working in the trenches. That's the main reason trenches has been given in the confined space also. And sanitary sewers. Sanitary sewers is nothing but our sewage treatment plants. Sewage means our all the drainage or the other sewage liquid and everything. Because of those liquids, H2S and some other gases it can occur. Those H2S, normally H2S will be there, and some other gases will be there in those sewage waters. That's the main reason sanitary sewers also given. Coal bunkers also will be there because of this enclosed area, and some gases will be present. The first reason, confined space is nothing but the enclosed area, fully enclosed with limited entry and exit. Only one person can go inside. Those type of locations are called confined spaces. Coal bunkers will be coming, and storage tanks, whatever it might be, storage tanks, that might be chemical, gas, or water, anything. Walls are also will be having fully enclosed and having a single door of entry. And every time, and proper ventilation is also not available inside, like exhaust fans or nothing will be there. Fully enclosed, only door will be there, and the door is not always open for the walls. That's the main reason. Next, underground collection pits, manholes. In manholes, as I said earlier, manholes like junction boxes, manholes will be there, collection pits will be there. for fiber optic or in industrial areas mostly, or even construction buildings, sewage pits will be constructed, right? In those cases also, underground collection pits, well pits, well pits are also no proper ventilation will be there, and we won't be providing any oxygen supply. Means artificial oxygen supplies won't be supplied there into these type of manholes or well pits. Those are the main reasons we will be considering those things as an this one. And boilers might be, it might be new, or it might be an in the shutdown as well. We will be consider the boilers as an this one confined space only. And vessels, it might be vertical or horizontal. Vessels also, vessels will be having only two holes. If it's vertical, it will be having at the bottom one hole, and the top end will be having one hole. Only two entry or exit points. That's it. Only two openings will be there. It might be horizontal also. Only two openings, small openings. That too, a medium sized guy can enter into that one. Not a heavy personality guy. Okay. Those are also sewer lift stations. Sewer lift stations will also be there. Tanks will be there. Process vessels, as I told you, process vessels. It might be vertical or horizontal. Tunnels, I don't think so. But here they have given, I don't know exactly regarding these tunnels, but mainly these digesters, the tanks, process vessels, boilers, and this storage hoppers. In our daily activity days, like any industrial areas, you can find mostly these storage hoppers, this manholes, pits, boilers, sewer. If you are working in any sewage treatment plants or something else, you will be finding this one also, sewer lifts. And tanks will be for chemical storage or water storage, or it might be gas storage also. So many different types of storages will be there in the tanks. And process vessels, you will be having digesters. And silos are mostly used in the cement factory construction. Even ducts, AC ducts also will be comes under the confined space. Grain dryers, grain bins, process exchangers, and cold storages. Cold storages is somewhat okay. In some cases, the ventilation will be there, or any waste gases are there, some exhaust will be there. But in these process plants or these process exchangers, tanks, or grain dryers or grain bins, or you'll be having silos, ducts, those are the main dangerous areas. You will be having so many difficulties while working here. And ducts, so in some cases you will be having here for this silos, you might have some enough space, but while working in the ducts, it will be a dangerous one also, because it's a lightweighted one, congested area, and oxygen deficiency will be there. Everything. In those cases, what we will be doing, we have some confined space hazards and some other precautions has to be taken. Before that, any confined space, one thumb rule, but not even a thumb rule, one thing we will be implementing while working on the confined spaces is that not more than 20 minutes, no person should work inside the confined space. And proper illumination should be there, proper ventilation should be there. single worker is not allowed inside, and at the entry point or the exit point, attender should be available, and he should have a continuous communication with the inside person, and log should be maintained. These are some of the requirements we'll be implementing in the site. Might be you have heard of this in the previous class. Anyone regarding these requirements?
No.
Okay. In the previous class, Ramesh sir didn't told you regarding this.
I
Okay.
didn't attend, sir. Actually, I was in
Okay.
June, so I
Anyone from the remaining guys? Okay. If not, I'll be just telling you guys. Okay. This sort of things we will be implementing while working in the confined inside the confined spaces. And let me finish this class at the end. By the last 5 to 10 minutes, I'll tell you what sort of things we will be doing while working near to the confined space or inside the confined space. Mostly the confined space hazards will be oxygen deficiency will be there, and oxygen enrichment will also be there. And one of the main reason, one of the main problem comes with the illumination, because no proper lighting will be there, and rescue systems will be no proper rescue system will be there, and most of the problems will be coming while working hot works. Hot work activities are going on inside a confined space. Those are also the hazards, because while working the smokes, the worker who is inside will be have consuming, he'll be breathing the same smoke. Whatever smoke is released from the hot work activities, he'll be breathing the same smoke. That's also dangerous. That's also a health hazard. And temperatures, based on the outside temperatures. If it's if we are working in an summer seasons, assume that the outside temperature is 50, and the inside temperature, how will be the inside temperature without any ventilation? And apart from the ventilation, without any ventilation, we'll be using lights like metal lamps. We'll be using, the heat will be generated through that one also. In those cases, to prevent these hazards and to prevent the smoke and everything, we'll be using duct fans. Duct fans will be there, exhaust fans, that can be used in two variations, like providing the ventilation like the air from outside to inside, and from the other point also we can exhaust the fan. It can be used as an exhaust fan also, to remove all the toxic flame by this one, smoke and everything, and flammable gases. As while showing you some examples, I have told you like maintenance of the vessels or process this boilers or something. In those, if the material which is available in the boiler or the vessel is not properly cleared, it might lead to an fire hazard, blast or blowing of the chemical, which is whatever it is available. It might be in liquid state or it might be in a gaseous state also. Before performing it, if it's a new, no need to worry. If it's an old one and a maintenance, we have maintenance activity has to be carried out, we have to make sure that the boiler or the vessel, whatever the confined space is, has been cleared properly or not. Even after cleaning, even after clearing, flammable gases will be there and toxic atmosphere will be available. Because of that, we will be asking the H2S monitor. Here, the gas testing monitor will be having different types of monitor. from portable to large one. The portable one will be having only the H2S detector, but the large one will be having oxygen reading. It will be giving oxygen readings. It will be giving LEL and UEL, lower exposure level and upper exposure level, and it can give the sulfur dioxide results and carbon dioxide results, everything. Some gases will be there, 4 or 5. Those gases readings it will be giving. Okay, we have to make sure before entering the confined space only we have to do all these things. And temperatures, engulfment is nothing but will be struck inside. If the person is heavy guy, yes, anyone? Krishna. Okay.
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Okay. Equipment, machinery will be using electrical equipment and mechanical equipments. It might be the generator like diesel, not a portable one only, like welding machine. The portable welding machine will be taken inside. The electrical grinding tools will be taken inside, or drilling tools will be taken inside. Those sort of equipment hazards, what will be the hazards related to those equipment, those might also occur in the confined space. We have to make sure these one. And some other types of hazards are also there. Those are the improper surface will be there, and falling of objects will be there. It might be too noisy, improper illumination, hot work, as I have said, radiography. Radiography is nothing but radioactive materials will be there. Some materials will be releasing radioactive materials. Radioactive sources will be released. While maintenance work, before starting any maintenance activity, we have to make sure that this radioactive radiations are releasing or not. We have to make sure. And while painting also a difficult job, because while painting we'll be having a smell of the chemical. Those will be occur. Those smell will be having a smell of the chemicals. Those occurs only because of these vapors only. Vapors, and after drying we'll be having an. But initially it's good, we'll be having a pleasant smell, but continuously inhaling that smell, odor and chemical odor, painting smell and everything, that's also injurious to health. And while erection of equipments inside confined space, for example, I'll be telling, I have worked in some vessels and everywhere. Some sheetings will be laid, or it might be some sorts of trays will be there. Some sort of ladders will be installed, because everything won't be coming to the site as a pre-installed one. After only the vessel with an empty shell, it will be coming. After installing the vessel, every material, whatever is required in the vessel or the boiler, it will be done manually with the use of the manpower only. That has to be done. That's the reason erection of equipment has also been done. And for some heights, if it's an boiler or boilers are not of his smaller heights, in some cases scaffolding will also be required. In those cases we'll be having a scaffolding it, so if it's not properly, because we won't be having the boilers into an rectangle or square shape, it will be an circular shape. Those are the main reasons we can't properly erect the scaffolding and everything. In those cases, the scaffolding will be having not properly erected, or it might collapse inside. Those are the reasons we have to make sure these are the hazards also. we have to make sure before entering a confined space, we have some other sorts of hazards will be there, and what are the precautions has to be taken. Where company will be having some requirements.
Sir,
Hmm.
sir, so please again repeat, sir. Radiography means and
Radiography,
what type other
radiography is nothing but radioactive radiations will be released from some
radiation?
chemicals. Yes, radioactive radiations will be released from some chemicals. Okay, not all the chemicals, and some sort of chemicals like oil in the oil and gas also. Oil and gas, or it might be chemical, or it might be pharmaceutical. Some companies they'll be using different types of chemicals. Based on the chemicals and everything, some chemicals might release radioactive radiations. This is the main reason. The radiography is nothing but whatever we will be doing, radioactive radiation, whatever it is released from those chemicals or from those boiler or vessels or confined space, that is nothing, that is only the radiography. रेडियो
Okay, sir.
इन कॉमन कंस्ट्रक्शन देवेंद्र, हम लोग कॉमनली क्या बोल देता है, रेडियोग्राफी एक्टिविटी बोल देता है. रेडियोग्राफी नॉर्मली विल बी डूइंग द एक्टिविटी टू चेक द जॉइंट्स, दैट्स इट. But in the maintenance activity, some chemicals might release radioactive radiation. That's the reason. In confined spaces, mainly in the confined spaces, we have to make sure that one also, because even the client will be maintaining
Okay, sir.
the big
No, sir.
nowadays big companies and even the normal companies are recruiting radiation officer. He'll make sure that whatever the equipment, if we have any doubt, okay, for suppose boiler is there already running boiler, we have to work inside that has been shut down for let's assume for 10 days to rectify it, or to clean it, or to rectify, or to add something, and just for maintenance activity, shutdown, like shutdown jobs. Shutdown jobs is that nothing but in maintenance of the running equipment. In those situations, the radiation officer will come and he will be checking whether any radioactive radiations are emitting from the boilers or vessels, and he will confirm us. That's the reason. 1 minute, guy. I have an urgent call. Sorry guys, I have to attend the urgent call. That's the reason. Might be 5 minutes. Other, if you have any doubts regarding this confined space, you can ask me. I'll tell you.
సార్ బ్లాస్టింగ్ అంటే ఏంటో అని క్వశ్చన్ అడిగారు సార్ కొత్త అజయ్ అనుకుంటాను.
Okay.
Blasting means, did you explain one?
Ajay Raja. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Blasting is not, sandblasting is nothing but whatever the paint. Okay, I'll show you a picture. This tank has been painted with white color, right? And they'll be having some designs like company requirements as a note. They'll be having some numbering or something else. And after the project has been resumed and it's running, process has been already started. And after a few years, like, see, I'm a client, my company is having this tank. I'll be numbering this tank as an 110A dash 10 again. But after few years, I want to change the number and I want to change the color of the tank also. To remove the tank, painting, mainly the painting. To remove the paint of the equipment, sand blasting will be there. Sand garnet will be coming. It just looks like an sand only, but that's called as an garnet. Those garnet will be used along with the high pressured air so that it will remove all the paint from any vessels or tanks, and they'll again start painting freshly. That's the reason. And it also removes the rust and everything also. That's the main reason sandblasting is used.
The sand blasting is using in corrosion, steel corrosion removing.
वही बता रहा हूँ. Sandblasting तो sandblasting is mainly used for repainting, for rust removal, for corrosions. Not corrosions, not most probably if the corrosion is depends upon the extent of the corrosion. If the corrosion extent is high, they'll change the pipe or something else. Mostly pipes will be having a corrosions. If the corrosion is less, sandblasting will be done and painting will be done. Sandblasting is nothing but to remove the rust and paint and corrosions. That's it. Ajay.
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Clear, huh? Someone has raised his hand. Someone.
No, sir.
Okay. If any doubts, Devender? Doubt clear?
Okay, sir. Clear.
Any doubts, you can ask me.
సార్ నాయిస్ వల్ల ఏమొస్తుంది సార్? హజార్డ్స్ నాయిస్.
నాయిస్ వల్ల లేట్ అవుతుందండి. మీరు ఒక వెజల్లో ఉన్నారు, ఒక ఓపెన్ వెజల్లో ఉన్నారు. వెజల్ హైట్ వచ్చి, జస్ట్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చెప్తున్నానా, మీరు ఇంకో విధంగా అనుకోకండి. వెజల్ ఉంది, 50 మీటర్ వెజల్ ఉంది, లోపలంతా ఎంటీ. మీరు ఏ టచ్ చేసిన మెటల్ తో సౌండ్ ఎలా వస్తుంది?
రీసౌండ్.
అదే నాయిస్. మీరు వెల్డింగ్ చేయాలి, గ్రైండింగ్ చేయాలి, రీసౌండ్ ఎలా వస్తుంది?
ఓకే సార్.
అదే.
सर स्कैफोल्डिंग थोड़ा रिपीट करेंगे सर, स्कैफोल्डिंग के बारे में सर.
Scaffolding hazard is nothing but the other hazards in the confined space they have mentioned just because, see in the slides. Okay, here the tank is there. Inside you want to build a scaffold, it's okay for you. You can properly build it, and here you can build it properly. In this type of area, how can you build it?
Sir,
It's difficult.
scaffolding making inside in
Vessel.
hopper.
Vessel or boiler, if you are making the scaffolding, the most chances will be the toppling chances or collapse. Okay, if it's not properly built, because the location inside is not in a square shape, okay, or not in a, you have to place your scaffolding on a circular area. That's the main reason. You can use the jack on the circular area properly to control, to give a proper base. No, you can't give it. In those situations, what happened? But scaffolding is needed there. That's the main reason. Scaffolding, sometimes hazards will be there. Understood? Devender.
Okay, sir.
ఓకే
Okay, sir. Fine, sir.
Hmm.
Understand.